Okay, so welcome back to another week at Chateau de Bruges. As you can see, it is now just myself and Danielle here. Mum and Dad made the journey back to the UK on Saturday last week, and Henri as well, back to Lyon on Saturday. So yeah, just me and Dan. We don't know how long for just yet, but we do know that we have to continue working in the dining room, ready to get that sorted as much as we possibly can for Dad then to return. So we've got lots of sanding left to do. We've also got a lot of filling to then do, which means sanding afterwards. And we've also got a lot of metal work still to strip. So with just the two of us, it's going to take us the best part of a couple of days, I think.
A little bit longer.
Yeah. So we'll keep you updated with how we're getting on. A couple of action shots here and there. But otherwise, yeah.
We get the paint stripper tomorrow, so
Yeah.
I think sanding and filling today, paint stripper tomorrow, maybe painting by Friday. That's my hope. I'd like to think so.
Okay. Even if it's just a little bit of tester paint.
Let's
So-
go!
Yeah. So yeah.
Stop talking, let's go.
Yeah. Let's do it. So we've just finished the final panel of the ceiling. As you can see, there's quite a lot of areas that we've had to fill. It's kept us busy for most of the day today. We just need to wait for that all to go off before we go back with a light sand just to flatten it off. And that way we'll be hopefully ready for some paint before too long. The step now is to come back to the metal work. We've still got some metal to strip on some of the doors and also some of the windows as well, which you can see down there. So yeah, gonna get some metal stripping done now, and we'll see how the rest of the day goes.
Absolutely freezing here as well.
It's cold enough that Danielle has put Merlin in his winter outdoor coat.
So cold.
Right, so we have a little bit of hole filling to do in the corner over here. Now, this entire window wall here and the one opposite are actually prepared and finished with this really thin sheet of wood, I think it is, which in some areas has made a nice flat surface ready to paint, but in some areas, as you can see, we have quite a lot of crumbling, cracking wall behind some of the wood, and now this meant that this wood was really loose, and if you touched it, the nails were popping out, and it really didn't look good. And for a final finish in the room that we're finishing, it wasn't going to be good enough for our standards. So we don't quite have the budget to plasterboard all of the walls, which is probably what we should do in the long run. So right now we're just going to make do with trying to fill in this hole with some filler, and then putting the wood back on so it matches the rest of the wall, fill in any gaps, and then yeah, we'll be ready to paint. But sounds easy. This is my now second time ever plastering. The first time was the one that we did earlier.
Okay, so for those Brits out there that used to watch Art Attack, here is one that we did earlier.
If you're wondering why I haven't done the left-hand side, it's because I would like to put some filler foam in there before we then put the Lutece glue over the top, because it's quite a deep gap that we need to fill. So I've got some expanding foam once the shot had reopened. I've given it a good shake, I've read the instructions. So yeah, I've just wetted it a little bit with the spray bottle, and now we're going to spray it in and see how it goes. Merlin's pacing, so I'm sure he needs to go out.
Have to do it quickly. Come on in. Go outside. Do you need a wee? Oh. You need a wee?
Quick tip for anyone using any sort of expansive foam. This one actually came with a couple of pairs of gloves. Now I'd highly recommend using them because this stuff's quite sticky, and it took me about 10 minutes and half a bottle of white spirit to get all of the sticky stuff off of my hands.
So it's Friday this week and we are not ready for paint, but I meant next Friday.
Yeah.
So we've still got a lot of prepping to do. We've got a list of final preparations ready for next week, and I hope by next Friday we will be painting. This is the snagging list. There's quite a few jobs left, but we've done quite a lot already, so we've just got to keep going. It's a big room. So colours for this room then, we've all decided on a warm colour, being the dining room. We want it to be a nice warm space. There's lots of natural light coming in, and obviously we've got the beautiful chandelier warm light that comes from that as well. So we've chosen some warm browns, and we think that it looks really, really good up against the dark wood that is already in the dining room. That being the two buffets that we store all of our service crockery in, and the dining table, and our future dining table, hopefully. So we think it complements really, really well, and it just keeps the warmth of the room. Before we had orange, and that was quite a warm colour. We weren't a massive fan of the orange, so we've stayed with a warm colour, but toned it down to a bit of a brown.
On the subject of colours, someone that reads a lot of our YouTube comments, I would like to address a reoccurring theme that seems to be cropping up more so over the last few weeks, and that is to do with our choice of decor and what we're actually doing with the rooms. Now, while I know that we are now in the public eye and you are more than welcome to share your opinions, in fact we welcome it, I just wanted to address the fact that the reoccurring theme seems to be that we are putting lots of neutral, boring colours into the rooms that we are doing at the moment, such as the salon. Now, I appreciate that is how it looks at the moment. The room is by no means finished. A lot of the decoration in terms of the painting has been done, which is why the room looks as it does now. And we've just had the delivery of the new sofas, which are again also a lovely cream white, cream white. But we have not finished decorating that room, so there is still plenty of colours to go in there. One being that we need to get some curtains. Now they are incredibly expensive, and when you're making them yourselves, they can take a long time to do. So we've still got to do them. We have also ordered some throws for the sofas as well, so they are yet to come. We're looking at getting some rugs in that area as well, and then of course lots of decoration like flowers and things like that, pictures on the wall, etc, etc. That is where our colours are going to come in. Now the reason for the neutral walls and the neutral chairs is because that space is hopefully in the future going to be used for lots of different events and celebrations where people will have their own colour themes. So that room is a neutral colour, so that whatever colour that person chooses will suit that room.
Also, I've got another point to add to that. Yeah. Seasonal. If it's the colder months like November, we might change up the colours, whereas if it's summer, again, we might change up the colours. So Jake's exactly right. We want it to be neutral so that we can change the theme. Mm-hmm.
So my underlying point, and the point that I'm trying to get across, is please be patient with us.
Yeah.
Please do understand that we actually know what we're doing. We don't necessarily need a professional to come in here and redesign every single room, because not only do we not have the budget for that, but we are decorating this chateau how we see fit. And that is what we see, and that is how we see the room being used, and that is what we're going to do. So regardless of your opinions, which we love to read and you're more than welcome to share, we're not necessarily going to listen to all of you. So please bear that in mind as we progress forward with the renovation in not only the dining room, but in the bedroom 5, which we will take on board New Year, and then of course when we go into the hallways, etc, etc. So yeah, rant over. I hope that's gone down as well as I hoped it would.
We have a vision for what we want to do.
Yeah.
And we're sticking to that.
So yeah, other than that, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.